Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Bob Sager here. I've got to share this with you, and I wanted to put it on tape because I just had an experience about a half hour ago. And I had gone into town in Southampton here, and I wanted to buy a couple of cigars to come and sit on the beach and blah, blah, blah. And as I'm in the cigar store, at the front counter, there was this man and woman, and they were kind of speaking with the owner of the cigar store. And obviously sometimes you can't overhear, you can't help but overhearing people. And I'm listening, and they're talking about politics and the political regime and this and going back and forth and complaining and this is going on for about 15 minutes. I'm looking for my cigars and I'm listening. Finally go up to the counter to pay, and I said, you know what could you do about it aside from voting and maybe starting a tremendous blog that'll go worldwide? What are you really going to do about it? And I couldn't help. I just wanted to share my little, I guess, opinion or advice. And I said, something, many years ago, I learned this piece of philosophy that has helped me in the last 25 years. And it goes like this. I said, what's going on out there in our economic climate and what's going on out there in the world and the political situation and so on, that's all the wind that blows. It's the wind that blows. We can't do anything about it. If it starts pouring right now, I can't stop that. I can't stop that. If the sun is beating down so hard, I can't stop that either. Whoever gets in office in November, I can't stop that either. I could vote. I could do my part. But what I can do, as I told them, is I could adjust the set of my sail. There's the wind that blows, but there's the set of my sail. What I do for myself, my family, as a human being, how I treat people, the different things, the information that I take in, the philosophy that I have about life, the goals that I set, and so on and so forth. That's what I could do. I could adjust and change and take care of the set of my sail. He said, wow, you're right. And then they started to talk about, well, jobs and this and that and everything. Then I said, whoa. And I said this to them. I said, if there is anybody out there in this country that is out of work for more than a month, shame on them. Shame on them. This is America. The streets are lined. They're not taking the boats to Poland. They take the boats to America. And the reason why they take the boats to America is because there's a land of opportunity. And there is still more opportunity available today. I got involved in a home-based business. I run a financial firm for the past 20 years. I could not pass up the opportunity 25 months ago. And in the last 24 months, I built something so substantial. In fact, the residual income that I get every month, I would have had to save close to $2.2 million. How many people do you know have done that? So nobody should be out of work. Nobody. We see immigrants come to this country, and whatever they do, they make it, they take advantage of the opportunities that we have. I think we're just too spoiled in this country. We have too much of an entitlement process, and I think what we need to understand and get straight in our brain, going to school, going to college, coming out and getting a job, retiring in 40 years on 40% of what you made doesn't work anymore. You're not going to be certain that that company's going to be around. It might go bankrupt, it might have a layoff, or whatever the case may be. So the paradigm shift needs to take place in our brains, number one, and number two, there needs to be a different set of the sail on how we look at ourselves. We need to get rid of that entitlement process that we think companies are going to take care of us today. It's not happening. And if you think it's happening, you're delusional. You're delusional. I don't mean to upset anybody. I don't mean to get anybody crazy or anything, but I'm going to tell you the way it is. We need, as Americans, to take care of our own self, our own family, and stop depending upon Papa and Mama company. It's not like it was during the industrial age where you worked for a company for 30 years and you retired with a pension. There's no more pensions today. There's no more defined benefit plans today. Maybe if you're a teacher or work for an insurance company, but other than that, they're defined contributions. Other words, they're 401ks, and today in 2008, they went down to 201ks. It doesn't work. We need to take care of ourselves. We live in America. There's more opportunity out there today than ever before, and it will get greater. You just need to adjust. What people don't want to do is they don't want to reinvent themselves. They want to stick themselves in a box. Well, you know what? You can't. Look at the vinyl record companies. They're not around anymore. It went to CDs, and I can give you so many more analogies. Some people are just so caught up and so stubborn in doing what they used to do, you might need to reinvent yourselves. So, let me leave you with this. Adjust the set of your sail. There's the wind the wind is blowing right now. I can't change that. I can't change that. But I could adjust the set of my sail, my philosophy, what I do in life, the goals that I set tonight for the week and the next year and 2 and 3 and 4. That's what I could adjust. I wish you greatness. You deserve it.